creepy shit.
Sometimes you find something in
Almost halfway to Halloween.
Crazy.
Crazy.
We're diving into 8 of the creepiest discoveries ever found in video games.
We're almost
Part
halfway through the
3,
year.
Brought to you by Mana, the banking app made for gamers where you can earn perks and
Damn,
points
how
by
much
simply
they
buying
pay
and
out
playing
for a
video games with the
sponsorship?
first of its kind of reward system. Spend the points you
Isa,
earn on the
hit
app to
me
gain
up.
even more gamer-focused products and rewards. Download the app on iOS or Android today by scanning my QR code or clicking on the link down below. Red Dead Redemption 2. Thanks to Wonton Bagel 670 for submitting this mystery on oddheader.com. When it comes to Red Dead, there's of course no shortage of creepy discoveries.
God, I know, right? Easter eggs, mysteries, secrets.
From the game that had me making human sacrifices to figure out what the hell is up with
Yeah, I
this
think we
unexplained
found that
pagan
when
ritual site. Red Dead Online.
No one probably remembers this because it was like fucking a year ago now, but we did kind of stream Red Dead, and I did try to show off all the Easter eggs and secrets in it. There's so many. There was like a 2.5 hour video I found that showed all of them, and man, we only got like an hour into it. But yeah, there's just so much in here.
Has managed to make the game even stranger, as when Wonton Bagel
really? The online?
friend, a strange occurrence happened that still haunts them to this day.
I haven't really played the
this
online.
cutscene on the mission where your morals lead you, there was suddenly a flash of light that doesn't normally happen in the scene, and after the screen cleared, the character's
UFO.
skin was pitch black.
Holy shit!
White, and their
There's
eyes
zombies.
appear to be glowing. Whatever's
Yeah.
going on here, it
That's-
appears to be
that
so
looks like
rare
zombie
that Wonton Bagel's
forms.
video is currently the only known footage.
Yeah, there's never any. Damn
Damn
it! I want to.
occurrence. Though this isn't actually the only instance of players.
Yeah, kind of.
Unnerving sight.
Yeah, look at that. That looks like the zombies from the last game. And they never did any type of story DLC for the game. Did they? I'm like 99.9% sure there was never any story DLC put out. There was never anything for Undead Nightmares, a follow-up for Undead Nightmares, which is really disappointing. Never even updated it for next gen, which I was really hoping they would do. I want to see this game in its full potential. Fucking bring this shit back, Rockstar.
In Red Dead Online, as players have also reported seeing mysterious corpses with the same exact green glowing eyes and
looks like
bluish
the
skin.
eyes.
Though Moonshine
Yeah,
is
looks
a
like
hell of a job.
zombies.
But what the purpose of the glowing eyes represents remains unclear, as many thought it was a teaser for an upcoming Halloween update. But nothing has appeared in the Halloween events that resemble the glowing-eyed beast. It's hard to say what
never really
exactly is
did
going
much
on
with
here,
the
but if
game,
these glowing-eyed
online-wise,
corpses are supposed to be
too.
unintentional, I'm gonna need some
Disappointing.
serious
So
convincing on that
disappointing.
one. That would be one hell of
Still,
a freaky
in my
glitch.
opinion, the best
Call of Duty,
Rockstar game out
Black
there right
Ops.
now.
Thanks to Killer DWTB and Dinkley for submitting this mystery on the Oddheader website and Discord. Call of Duty Black Ops is the seventh.
I swear, this
installment
is
in
the
extremely
one Call of
popular
Duty that
military
keeps
first-person
coming up on
shooter,
his
featuring a
channel.
campaign you expect in the 1960s during the Cold War to prevent chemical warfare from reaching the US. Which is why it seems strange when Killer DWTB made discovering Call of Duty Black Ops that doesn't seem to fit the setting at all. Killer DWTB says they were playing the mission Revelations, when after Mason freed himself from the chair, they walked into the next room, approached this door, and waited a while when suddenly they heard... What the? They heard what sounded like an
Zombies?
enormous beast behind the door waiting to be unleashed. But there
Something
doesn't
to do
appear
with
to be any
zombies?
non-humans that ever appear in the mission, as far as anyone knows.
Right, with how old
I'm
that
not
game
going in
is,
there.
you would
It
think
appears this
we
mysterious
would have found
relic
it by
isn't the
now.
only unnerving discovery to be found in Black Ops, as Dinkley let me know of another creepy discovery right on the main menu. As when some players booted up the game, rather than this TV screen that is normally on the menu listing game options, there was instead this strange clock in its place that was synced to the player's console's internal clock. The clock
sure
just
about
kept
that?
ticking as players tried to figure out what was happening, with no way to get rid of it until they reset the game. Since the clock discovery was first reported in 2011, no one has been able to figure out what causes
Yeah,
it
so
to
we're sure
appear.
that
In fact,
wasn't
in the
him
last
practicing
decade, only
his
3 people
editing
have
in
ever managed to
Photoshop?
get footage of the occurrence.
Oh no,
What
more
this
people
clock
have
is
seen
ticking
it.
down to is still unknown, but since the mysterious creature is actually only in the next room
How
over,
crazy
maybe
would it be if
better we
it's the
never
next
find
Black
out.
Ops game?
Vigilante 8. Thanks to Ramona Zero for submitting the discovery on onheader.com. Vigilante 8 is a vehicular combat game released in 1998 for the PlayStation, N64, and Game Boy Color. The game is pretty much what you expect
Never
from a 90s
played it.
vehicular combat game a la Twisted Metal.
Right, there
as
was
you
so
band
many
together with a
games
group
coming
known
out
as
back then.
vigilantes to stop a rival game from destroying and taking over the oil industry. However, Ramona found some assets on the PlayStation standalone demo disc that suggests there's something
Oh
else
yeah,
going
I do
on in
remember
Vigilante
seeing
8 you
that
otherwise
at
wouldn't expect in this
Blockbuster
game.
and
The demo disc. Ramona
but it
found
looks like
several
a fucking
brand
Twisted
new
Metal
tracks in the
ripoff.
data, including a track 7 that doesn't appear in the final game, which I confirmed for myself with an actual copy. The track plays over 5 minutes of a creepy voice whispering inaudibly over some creepy background music.
Yeah,
That sounds
is
fit for a
very
serial killer's
unsettling.
ASMR.
Alright, finally. God damn it, now it comes back to this.
The only conclusion one can draw from this
that
is
was
that the demo was
creepy.
haunted, but the demons were exorcised before the game's official release. Why these whispers straight from hell were left on this disc is anyone's guess, but perhaps it was cut because they couldn't meet Satan's royalty demands. Teosida. Thanks to Cybele for submitting this mystery on the
What?
Oddheader Discord.
The
Teosida
fuck is
is a
that?
puzzle platformer game from the independent Brazilian developer Vikintor. Released in 2021 as a sequel to their earlier
newer.
game Tamashi, a nightmarish
It's a
game I
smaller
covered
indie
before
game.
my video 7 video game discoveries from hell. Vikintor describes Teosida as a metaphysical aptitude program.
Yeah,
as they
this
designed
looks
the game
weird
to play
as
like a series
hell.
of parapsychological tests, aka the study of psychic and paranormal psychology.
Also looks hard
Like
as
its
hell,
predecessor,
so I'll
Teosida is
pass.
full of secrets and
Looks like
creepy
the dark
Easter
version
eggs,
of
including a
Celeste.
strange
I
discovery
guess
still
Celeste
haunting
wasn't
the
a
very
game
few
about
players who've
hoping,
managed to experience it.
positivity,
As
and
long before the game
and
begins,
the exact
you're placed
opposite.
in a room where you can get on
That's
a computer
where how you get
within the
this.
game. However, on extremely rare occasions, when opening the game, some players have been met with this secret screen of a strange-looking Medusa-headed creature with its intestines spilling out and surrounded by retro-styled PC monitors. A
Nice.
sinister low growl plays during the scene, which when sped up and reversed reveals that it's actually multiple layers of audio at different speeds saying, "Please save me."
Please save me.
So,
To add to the confusion, no
That
one is
actually
sure what
sounds
exactly
worse.
triggers this strange scene, nor does
That sounds
anybody seem to
creepier.
know its meaning or greater purpose. There's also a photo that can be found on the
Well,
wall.
I'm
beside
kinda
the
hoping one
opening
day they
screen,
do.
which appears
I
to
feel
show
like
a
this
dark
is very
room with a pair of
important.
glowing red eyes. This is one of Vikintor's
Oh shit, my face
parapsychological
cam
tests.
cuts it off.
I think
Damn it,
I
my
failed it
bad.
because I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. Blade and Soul. Thanks to Epic for submitting this discovery on the Oddheader Discord. Blade
MMO?
and Soul is a Korean fantasy martial arts massively multiplayer
Yep.
online role-playing
Yep,
game.
I can
Originally
tell
released
immediately.
in 2012 in
'Cause
Korea
they
and
all look the
2016 in
fucking
the
same
US,
nowadays,
with Blade and Soul
sadly.
Revival launching in 2021. And with this
One of
upgrade
Judge
to
Story
Unreal
Phase has
Engine
done a
4,
video on
Epic
this.
noted for the first time some assets of the game were carried over that appear were never meant to be found, as Epic found by doing what they described as smashing their face into a portal repeatedly, then getting into the water, doing a special, and then jumping. They can make their characters swim through the map.
What?
However,
Jesus
Epic made
Christ, how do you
discovery
find
made
that
them
out?
want to swim in the other direction.
The
as
fuck
deep
were you
below
doing
the
to
Jadestone
find that
Village
out?
They found a pair of green-skinned monsters with long talons that don't appear anywhere else in the game. At least that we know of. Why these mysterious creatures are floating down here is unknown. And Epic confirmed
They're
that they remain
probably
down there lurking
cut
for years despite
content,
new
late
updates
cut
being
content
issued
that they had
since.
to
It has no idea exactly
find somewhere
why
to
or
store
when they
it
were initially
where
hidden here
it
so
would
long
never
ago.
be
We might
found,
have to wait
most
a little longer
likely.
to see what eventually becomes of these zombies, but it doesn't
Or
look like they're going anywhere anytime
it
soon.
might be part of
Here's to
some
hoping we
event,
figure out the
but I
answer to
doubt
this
it.
mystery before we end up looking like this. Kamaitachi no Yuru. Thanks to Panikin for submitting this mystery on
Damn,
Oddheader.com.
is this an old one?
Kamaitachi no Yuru is a Japanese
Yep,
murder mystery
94.
visual novel released in 1994 on the Super Famicom, with later ports to the PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and PC, and an English translation titled Banshee's Last Cry. The game's 2002 sequel is known
Sounds
for one of the most
badass.
bizarre discoveries in gaming history. A series of nonsense messages I previously covered that seemed to be left in the game by a disgruntled developer who grew increasingly insane as they worked on the game, who seemed to be suffering from delusions and was being haunted by the characters' deaths, which says there
What?
is no help for being cursed, and that there's still time for you if you haven't heard the voice. Though the Easter egg explains that
That's
the employee
dark.
was let go from the staff, it wasn't clear who exactly wrote this. But Panikin let me know there's another secret in the PlayStation port of the original game that can be activated by pressing a specific button during a specific line of dialogue that claims to be from the true author of the game, and that Takemaru Obiko, listed as the author in the credits, is a fake person and hired actor made up by developer Chunsoft. The writer claims
Jesus.
Chunsoft experimented with inserting subliminal messages in their games, and after sales dramatically increased with copies that contained the messages, extended their aim to brainwash children into becoming die-hard Chunsoft stands, so that they could become a conglomerate of corporations that will take over Japan, and that the president of the company could become a god. The writer says this is not a joke, and that he's been the subject of torture he doesn't wish to speak of when he's tried to escape.
What?
And the only way to stop Chunsoft is to call a phone number and tell everything to his only friend who he can trust, and that the player must hurry because Chunsoft is on their way to kill them both. Yet the message
Well.
cuts off without revealing the phone number. If you ask me, this all
What
seems a
the
little
fuck?
extreme to protect
Yeah.
some subliminal messages that essentially add up to buy more games.
Yeah.
But considering Kamaitachi no Yuru sold over 1 million copies, kind of sounds like everything went according to plan. Maybe I'm
Well.
gonna have to start doing the same thing.
Minus the fact
The life stage, virtual house.
Tencent technically runs everything in Japan and in the gaming world now. So I think Chunsoft isn't even a thing anymore unless Chunsoft became Tencent. So I don't know. I've never heard of Chunsoft or anything like that. So it sounds like it mainly failed more so than succeeded. Worldwide.
Thanks to Malice Maleficarum for submitting this through the Oddheader Discord. Lifestage Virtual House is a 1993 3DO house construction simulator that hits you right in the nostalgia with its vaporwave vibes as you build your ultimate 90s dream house. The game is surprisingly robust and advanced for 1993, and perhaps only because of its age and quiet, empty atmosphere, comes across at times as somewhat discomforting. The game also features a number of pre-made environments that range from impressively detailed to completely bizarre, such as this sample environment that's apparently supposed to be a cave, but it just looks like a normal hotel. Until you find the way to the
Could be a cave
basement,
motel.
find ghosts of women
The
locked
Fiend
in
Motel.
cages. Wait a second.
Oh,
Is
shit.
this
Well, never
supposed to be
mind.
a dungeon? I'm done here. Strange as though is this environment called Question Mark that when loaded up drops you into what looks like a vomit-inducing acid trip. However, if you select the question mark in the Japanese version of the game, you would instantly be met face to face with more ghost women. Wait a second.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
that blood? Yeah.
I
For
think this
some
is a
reason,
horror
the Japanese
game.
version of the game features blood that can't be found anywhere in the US release. Let's go
That's
through this
weird.
story.
Usually it's the US release covered in
Why
blood.
is any of this here? Perhaps
A
because
horror
of growing
game, man.
concerns in 1993. All of this was removed from the US release, seen as Mortal Kombat launched the same year on home consoles with all of its blood removed
well.
from the original arcade version. Or maybe
Yep,
it wasn't
that
true
was
because
a
what the hell
fun
would anyone
time
be
for
in a house building
gamers.
simulator? Unless this game was supposed to be originally endorsed as Ted Bundy's Life in the Dream House. Really hoping these weren't actual
Maybe.
housing plans for anyone on the development team. Trepang 2. Thanks to Bobby the Bob for spinning this mystery on oddheader.com. Trepang 2 is an upcoming first-person shooter planned for full release this year, which has a demo that can be played on Steam right now. While Trepang 2 is unquestionably a relentlessly dark game, clearly inspired by the Fear series, Trepang 2 doesn't
pretty
dive
cool.
too deeply into the outright supernatural horror territory of Fear. At least, as far as things appear, as Bobby the Bob showed me that the demo was updated around July, and that there appeared to be a haunting secret that was added outside the boundaries of the
Full
game.
game
As
out yet?
apparently if you were to use T-Mod to no-clip through this barricaded stairwell, you'd suddenly see
Ooh.
a strange static effect over the screen as you climb to the top of the stairs, which at the top appears to have a strange, unnerving figure standing at the other side of a window, which when you slowly approach, throws up a loading screen and launches you in what appears to be the back rooms. The back rooms being a popular urban legend that's based on a single photo that circulated on the internet that was described as feeling off, that spread along with the idea that you had to no-clip out of reality in the wrong places to get there. So
What?
this is the back rooms, huh? Oh my god,
Ah.
how far does this go? This
That's pretty
is
cool.
pretty spooky. Oh my god, what the f is that? It looks like there's someone else here. Some sort of creepy invisible entity of some sort. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Wait. Did that Mona Lisa painting just change? I'm going
Yeah.
crazy. Let's kill some bad guys
See the
first.
face of
Gotcha.
it?
There we go. Hell yeah. Alright,
It's
now that I
all
got that taken care of.
zombified.
Yeah, I think I've seen enough. Oh my god. This thing goes on forever. I had no idea this went off for as long as
Jesus.
it does. I just thought the hallways were randomly generated in front of me. How does this go on
Is
for
this
so
the
long?
game?
Honestly, this looks like this is all meticulously crafted. Yet my friend and hacker Slippy Slides managed to find one more area hidden back here. And, what the hell is this? Is this legitimately unfinished, or is it just made to look like this? As if this couldn't have gotten more odd. I'm gonna guess by the state of things, this area isn't entirely finished.
That
Meaning
might
this
be
could only be a
testing.
taste of whatever terrifying nightmarish horror is still to come in a future update. I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn off automatic
That's pretty cool,
updates
though.
for now. And thanks again to Mana for sponsoring this video. Mana
Might
is
check
the
that
perfect
out.
card for gamers that just released this summer. Everyone needs a debit
It's
card,
only
so
on
why not use the
PC?
one that lets you earn points by
Probably
just buying and
only
playing
on
video
Steam.
games. Created by gamers like you and me. For all
Yeah,
your
Visa,
gaming
that's pretty
entertainment
much all I
purposes, Mana
buy
gives you
and
points
spend
back, which
money
you can
on
put in
it.
getting more gaming gear,
And
gaming gift
streaming
cards,
shit,
support,
so
more games. It also has
fuck
an app where you can
business.
open account